Hey, it's Joe Solari, and I help authors build great businesses. And Lloyd's joined me today for tip number 2. So first off, we decided to get outside of the house. Just get a little fresh air and change the scene a little bit. And that's part of tip 2, is get outside of yourself. Authors spend a lot of time alone and a lot of time in their head. And one of the big things that you can do right now to help your business is to get outside of yourself and think about others, specifically your audience. Just like your life has been disrupted, so has theirs. So there's some things that you can do to help make a connection with them even stronger. And putting aside the whole thing with the business uncertainty, these practices are good practices. It's something that I've been doing a lot of research on and how important community and building a strong reader network is. So I'm going to give you some ideas of some stuff that you can do to help your business. And it's all on being focused on your audience. Number 1 is look to like authors and see how you can work with each other to do shout outs and swaps. Swaps have always been thought about mainly as things that you're doing when you're launching a book and when you've got specific promotions. But right now, there's people looking to do stuff, and if they've got time to read, this could be a really good thing for you to do, is focus on like authors and those lists and how you can use those close connections of your peers to get connected with new readers and turn your readers onto books that they may not have read. Number 2 is get out on video. Do something like I'm doing here, where you record yourself and you can send out short videos just to say hi to your fans. If you're really trying to figure out some ways to build your community, video can be a great way to do it. And I know that you may be uncomfortable in front of a camera, but you'll get used to it. And people, when they see that you're uncomfortable, they understand because they're just as uncomfortable. So use this time to maybe put some videos out and talk to your fans about what's going on with your work. In fact, if you're interested in doing something like building a YouTube channel around your work, that's a great way to get community going, and using something like an AuthorTube channel to give your audience either a way to see into your work process and how you're doing work, or a way to inform them about the canon in your story world and the characters in your story world. Remember this, if you're really hesitant to put yourself out there in front of your fans, there's nothing wrong with having it completely focused on story and on character, because in reality, that's who they're having their biggest connection with, is your story and your character. Gotta get my list out. Another one for you to think about is running virtual book clubs. So if you think about it, avid readers typically have book clubs that they go to, and they're not going to be able to do that right now. So think how you could offer to your readerships that you'll host virtual book clubs. You can do this on something like Skype or Zoom, and offer to them the chance for them to bring this to their reader group, where if they read a particular book of yours, you'll come as a guest and speak about that, and you'll host the whole operation. That way you'll get all their emails and you can market to that group. These are the kind of things that you can do that will get you out of your own head and will help others to get out of theirs and really build a sense of community, because that's what's going to be important now, is how we pull together in these uncertain times to help each other. Remember, this is something that I've learned in my business, is that when bad stuff happens, it's how you react that makes a lasting impression. I've been in a lot of businesses that have screwed up and done things wrong and pissed off customers, but in our response to our bad behavior, in our response to our bad actions or whatever it may have been that screwed the situation up, in that response, if we go above and beyond, that's what people remember. They remember how we made things right. And I think that this is one of these times where you can reach out to your community and use this situation as a way to get them more comfortable and understand that you care about them and that you want to help them. And if the only way that you can help them is to get them to get out of their own head for 15, 20 minutes or an hour or whatever length it takes to read your book, then that's what you're here to do. So tune in tomorrow for tip number 3, and we're going to start to get into the numbers.